I'm gonna talk about Mesosphere. Earth has 5 atmospheres, as you know, and Mesosphere is the third. The Mesosphere, you can see the aurora, known as the northern lights, right? I'll tell you about how the aurora is caused. The sun produces heat. As you know, Earth has magnetic fields. The sun's rays is coming to the Earth's magnetic field, but they can't go through. You know, there are some black dots on the sun. Do you know what these are? You know, these black dots are only 4,000 degrees Celsius. So when they explode, the energy comes to the magnetic field. As you know, the magnetic field comes from the north and south. Exploded black dots make color in the sky, so that's how auroras form. Thermosphere is a layer beyond the mesosphere. Here's the thermosphere. But there's a tiny layer below the thermosphere, but not in the mesosphere, so like the bottom part of the thermosphere. Full of atoms. If you touch, you will get electrified. There's 3 charges of an atom. They're positive, negative, neutral. Positive is protons, electrons, and neutral is neutrons, as you know, inside an atom. Let's first see the nucleus. So there's a bunch of protons and neutrons here. Electrons. Sodium has 2 of these. Sodium looks like this, and there's one on the outside. Chlorine it is a bit bigger than sodium. So it has 2 in the first layer, 8 in the second layer, 7 in the third layer, but that is only 1. Sodium atom and chlorine atom make salt, but before they make salt together, they need a charge, electrical charge. Sodium gives 1 to chlorine. It means chlorine receives 1 and sodium loses 1. All the atoms has an equal number of protons and electrons, like this. But sodium has given 1 to chlorine. Now it has 8, maybe 8 in the third layer, 8 in the second layer, and 2 in the first layer, which means 18 electrons, but only 17 protons, so it's unbalanced. While still is balanced, it gets a negative charge. Chlorine, its symbol is this, but because it has negative charge, we write like this, chlorine negative. Sodium had 11, but it had 11 protons, but it gave 1, so now it's 10. 10 electrons and 11 protons. It has more protons than electrons, so it gets a positive charge because there's more protons. Sodium symbol is Na, but because it's positive, we write a little plus in the end, in the top right corner here. We talked about 2 elements. Actually, sodium and chlorine react like that. It writes Na, a little plus, Cl, a little minus. This is, don't be surprised, salt. Let's talk about 1 more element and we'll finish. Helium for a second. Helium has only 1 level. It has 2 electrons. As you can see in the periodic table, actually helium is the end side of the periodic table. All of this side is called a noble gas. And noble gas don't do anything. They're just stable. So helium, as you can see, reacts with none. Let's tidy things up a bit. A bit above the mesosphere, you can see the aurora in the mesosphere, burning, flaming, like meteors. I'll tell you 1 more fact about mesosphere. It's the coldest. It goes up to negative 104 to negative 2. So negative 2 is the hottest temperature in Mesosphere, but that's still below the freezing point of water in Celsius. We talked about some atoms that are positively charged and negatively charged. We talked about all about that in this time. Thank you for listening.